There are places in this world that time has abandoned, hidden cities, swallowed by silence, where the walls remember things no one dares to speak. Deep within the hills of southern Italy lies one such place, Carco, a city born of stone and secrets, cradled by the unforgiving cliffs of Basilicata, a land where the air itself holds whispers of ancient misfortunes. Carco was once a thriving town, but now it stands alone, abandoned and forgotten, save for the ghosts of its past. But let me tell you, Carco is not forgotten by the earth. No, the stones still remember. Today, it's not just a ruined ghost town, it's a cursed city, where the past is alive, lurking in the shadows of its decaying walls, waiting for someone to listen. The origins of Carco trace back to the 11th century, 160 AD. To be exact, it wasn't built with grand celebrations, but as a strategic stronghold, a fortress on a cliff that seemed unconquerable. Its founders, a group of monks and barons, carved this city into the rock, each stone placed with the idea of defense and survival. From above, it looked almost magical. The narrow ridge, the sheer cliffs protecting its borders. It seemed destined to last forever. By the 13th century, Carco became a center of education, with its monastery becoming one of the most important in the region. It thrived, yes, but even in its most prosperous years, the shadows loomed large. There were whispers among the villagers, of famine, of drought, of disease, that hung like a cloud over Carco. Through every century, Carco endured, but with each passing year, the weight of the earth above it seemed to press down harder. The first true darkness fell upon Carco in the 16th century. The plague, the Black Death, ripped through the town. Villages fell ill, children disappeared in the night, and the air became thick with the scent of decay. But this wasn't just a sickness of the body. There were rumors of a beloved priest, who some believed had made a pact with the devil. Others claimed he had been framed by local nobility, who feared his growing influence among the common people. In the dead of night, this priest vanished from the monastery, and the darkness that followed was unlike any other. Soon after his disappearance, children began to vanish. The streets of Carco fell silent, the only sound, the desperate cries of parents searching for their lost children. People spoke of the priest's last words, whispered in the shadows. The city is marked. And from that moment, Carco's fate was sealed. Eerie lullaby begins, faint whispers growing louder. Some say the priest had cursed the town. Others believe the curse was older than anyone could imagine. After centuries of prosperity, Carco's greatest calamity didn't come from war or foreign invaders, but from the very ground beneath it. In 1963, the first tremors of disaster struck. At first, it was just a shake, a whisper. But soon, the earth itself seemed to revolt against the city. The streets cracked open, homes began to sink, and entire buildings teetered on the edge, threatening to plunge into the abyss below. But it wasn't just the earth that was shaking. Something darker was stirring. The locals believed this was more than just an earthquake. They said the curse had finally returned, that the priest's pact had come to fruition. Whether they were right or not, one thing is certain: Carco was doomed. Among the ruins of Carco, strange things still happen. In the weeks before the final evacuation, children began disappearing again, just as they had during the plague. Families would wake up to find toys scattered across the floors. Doors that had been locked were mysteriously open, and most chilling of all, tiny footprints in the dust, leading into empty rooms. The air in Krakow began to feel wrong. It was as if the very walls were watching. Parents would hear faint lullabies echoing through the abandoned homes. And at night, the wind would carry whispers, whispers that called their names. Krakow's haunting beauty has not gone unnoticed. It has drawn filmmakers and tourists alike. Major films such as Quantum of Solace and The Passion of the Christ were shot within its eerie streets. But those who've worked in Carco say something strange happens when the cameras stop rolling. Filmmakers report unexplained equipment malfunctions, unexplainable voices captured on recording devices, and shadows that seem to move in the corners of the frame. Crew members have said they felt eyes watching them from the ruined buildings, and more than one actor has refused to sleep within the city walls. Is Krakow truly empty, or is it waiting for something or someone? Krakow stands today as a silent monument, not a city, but a memory, frozen in time. It's a place where stone remembers, where silence speaks louder than any scream. And as the sun sets over the crumbling city, the whispers of Krakow are louder than ever. Some say it is cursed. Others believe it is simply waiting, waiting for the living to return or for the dead to rise again. If you ever find yourself in southern Italy, near Basilicata, do not take the path that leads to Krakow, because the city that no longer lives may still find a way to capture your soul. If you really feel the chill, at Hidden Cities, every story we bring is built on real, authentic facts. We dig deep, do the research, and uncover the unique stories most people never hear about. If you're into the strange, the chilling, and the unheard, hit like, subscribe, and follow us for a new dive into the unknown every week.